Green Bay's mayor says he'd like to see a more powerful city. His plan calls for cooperation from the city's neighbors, but not all of them are on board. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Mayor Jim Schmidt wants to create what he calls a greater Green Bay community by the year 2025.
His idea calls for abandoning basically a dozen individual suburban communities and merging them all into a single city of Green Bay, more than 180,000 residents. However, at least one village leader does not care much for the idea, saying the current alignment works just fine. Fox 11's Ben Krumholtz tonight brings us balanced coverage.
Why is this so important?
Instead of just working together, Green Bay Mayor Jim Schmidt would like to see Green Bay and its surrounding communities be together as one metro government with a unified tax rate.
I know it's going to take some time to work toward that, but we've got 12 years to really look at becoming one unified community all under Greater Green Bay, and that can happen, and I think it should happen.
Under Schmidt's plan, communities with a Green Bay mailing address would consolidate. That includes the villages of Alloway, Ashwaubenon, Bellevue, Hobart, Howard, Suamico, and the towns of Eaton, Green Bay, Humboldt, Ledgeview, New Denmark, and Scott.
Because their zip code address is Green Bay.
Schmidt announced his goal Wednesday evening at his annual State of the City address.
I think that if I were going to be talking about somebody else's communities, I probably would go to them first and talk about it with them.
Ashwaubenon Village President Mike Aubinger says Schmidt's announcement could diminish trust among Green Bay area communities.
When you start lessening trust, then you get less cooperation.
Aubinger doesn't see many benefits to the plan. He says his residents would see an increase in taxes. However, Aubinger says there are ways to possibly save money.
If someday we could come up with cooperative police, cooperative fire, those kind of things, but it's not necessary to lose your identity as a community in order to do these things.
Schmidt says there's proof from 1964 that his plan could work. That's when the town of Preble consolidated with Green Bay.
We would never want to take away anyone's identity. You can still, Preble is still referred to, they still take a lot of pride in being from the Preble area.
2025, it's never going to happen.
Aubinger says he would be willing to listen to Schmidt's ideas, although
it's going to be a pretty hard sell.
In Brown County, Ben Krumholtz, Fox 11 News.
Schmidt says the first steps would be consolidating services like Metro Transit. Alloway's village president, Steve Vandenhaven, said tonight that he likes the idea of regional services, not necessarily becoming one city, but thinks it could take longer than Schmidt anticipates.